Very good afternoon and good morning to some of you from abroad, and good afternoon for the locals, whoever is in this afternoon time zone at the moment. Very welcome to this breathing sitting session together to practice together with me. I really, every time when I sit here, I'm grateful to everyone for your participations. And I really feel the collective energy that we can create if we sit together and breathe mindfully and together, and the joyful energy and the peaceful energy that we create together, not just benefit ourselves or myself personally, but I think it's a ripple effect. It will also ripple out and to benefit all people around us and the environment, the living environment that we live, and whichever living being nearby. Even if you are living alone, if you have ants in your house, if you have insects or your pets, I think they will also benefit from this kind of peaceful energy that we radiate out. Okay, so thank you once again. Thank you. And another time also this bow. So bow to yourself. They always say that bow to the true nature in ourselves, the Buddha nature, or if you are Christians, the God within you. So we acknowledge the God in us or the Buddha nature in us as well, for coming back to ourselves and take care of ourselves. And for this afternoon, the topic that I chose is how to take care or how to handle our difficult emotion, our painful emotions. Okay, I think I wouldn't say that it is timely because things happen every day. If you look back history, I think if you look deeply, things just keep popping up unexpectedly, whether it is a good or negative or positive event. If you want to label it, nobody really know. Okay, nobody really knows. Something bad seems to happen, but then at the end, if you look deeply or you wait patiently, something good comes out of it, or something appeared to be good happen. When we are celebrating, before we finish celebrating, then as a result of that, something bad happened at the same time as well, because of this so-called good appearances or good event. So whether good or bad, negative, positive, is entirely our own labeling, our own perceptions. And that is also very much condition based as well. So I think my practice is always like accept what is, whatever happens, it's just meant to be. Like for those of you who have read my Facebook quote, there's one quote I wanted to post but I hesitated. It is said by Ajahn Chah. He said, whatever should happen will happen. Oh, it's I think if I were to put it now, I may be challenged, okay? Because when something bad is really happening, perceived by these people, then they'll say, what do you mean? Something should happen, will happen. So, meaning it should happen? I don't know. But anyway, I think whatever is happening, whether the whole world is at war or not, the most important thing is that we shouldn't be at war with ourselves. If we are at war with ourselves, then however peaceful the surrounding is, we will not have peace within us as well. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, anyway, this exercise today will be helping us to get in touch with the difficult emotions that is arising in our mind, or the feelings that is arising in our, not just mind, but our body will feel it as well. And we know that as a human, we have rivers of feelings. Broadly, we have three types. So we have pleasant feelings when we feel good, happy, peaceful, at ease. We also have unpleasant emotions or feelings like pain, fear, worry, or angry, or jealousy, stuff like that. So we are all human, okay? We have all these feelings. But there are also many times that we are neutral, neither happy nor unhappy. But the most important thing is when these feelings happen in us, do we have the mindfulness there to recognize them or not? And of course, when we are happy, of course, we have the tendency to want to cling on to the happiness that we have. But it's only short-lived. So we try, when we lose the happiness, then we become unhappy again. So, but if we know how to recognize it, Okay, we know how our feelings transform from pleasant to become unpleasant, to become neutral, then back to pleasant again. Then we find that all these things are just fleeting. They are just impermanent in nature, keep changing, and therefore it will lessen our grasping towards all this sensation or these feelings. Okay, but the most feared or the most resisted feelings or the most unwelcome feelings that we have is always our painful emotions. Nobody likes to experience that, and today we'll touch on that. So some of you may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's something that we have to deal with when we are still at peace, so that when real storm comes, then we are at better positions to face them and to know how to handle them or embrace them. Okay, because most of the time, what we usually do is when strong or painful emotions surface, we try to avoid them. Okay, a few things that we do commonly. One is, of course, we run away, we avoid them. Okay, what do? Is we divert our attention towards something to numb the feeling. Like, for example, looking at Facebook, YouTube, movie. Okay, reach out to the fridge, grab some food to give us some temporary reliefs of this unpleasant feelings. Sometimes we also suppress it, push it away, thinking that it's not something good. So we try to cover up by putting a big smile, okay, and try to cheer ourselves up, listening to music and things like that. And but of course, many times I feel underneath that, which I did it quite often also, which is we start to judge ourselves. It's like second arrow. The first arrow is already painful, but now you add on another voice to tell you, how can I be like that? I'm a practitioner. I shouldn't be so carried away by this emotion. How can I do that? How can I feel jealous of people? How can I feel fearful and things like that? So that is even worse. Okay, and of course, some people we lose ourselves completely in these strong emotions. We get carried away and we act out something that have negative consequences later on. Okay, so which we regret later. But all this has a karma or has a consequences. So we still have to face up to it eventually. So today I'm going to share with you some of the methods that commonly used in the Plum Village, or even a lot of teachers are using this few mindfulness method. The first step that when we deal with emotions is, first of all, like what I said earlier on, we have to learn to recognize when the emotions is present. Know that whether they are pleasant, okay, I'm happy now, or I'm angry now, or I'm feeling neutral. Okay, know that, recognize the emotions, and ideally you give it a name. When you're able to specifically give it a name, then somehow or other you pull yourself out of the situation and you become the awareness that is looking at this emotions. Okay, so the energy of this emotion will be weakened. Okay, and once you recognize it and you start to accept it rather than push it away, accept that this emotion is here. Okay, I don't know how it happened, but it just came. Okay, without me inviting it. So it's okay, and accept that it's okay. As a human, is part of us. Human, we are a creature of feelings, so we have emotions. Even negative, positive is normal. We are not saint. Okay, none of us is. And the thing is, we don't suppress it, so we accept it. And then the third step is we embrace it in gentleness and loving kindness. Like, oh, okay, I know you're my old friends. It's common because you will know them because it happens so often. Like some of you have, we call it habit energy, the habit of feeling depressed, or habit of feeling angry when somebody push a button just a tiny bit and you just let out your temper, and it's in us. Okay, so you know them pretty well. So now, since they are in you, might as well, you, instead of making them an enemy of you, might as well you befriend them. Okay, so you embrace them gently, like a parent embracing their baby, a crying baby, just to tame them down, acknowledge their presence, embrace them. And the fourth step is when you really successfully calm yourself. Okay, when you calm yourself already, then only you take the opportunity to look deeply. Where do you come from? What is the root cause of this problem? Many a times, if you, don't go into your brain. Very important. Don't go into your brain, because your brain will start to come up with a lot of stories to justify why you be feeling this way. then you lose yourself in the story again. So just let the question sink into your heart. Okay, just silently, just listen to your heart. If anything comes out, then you'll find that actually a lot of times it's the story that create in our mind, our thoughts, our perceptions, that which is strongly being conditioned by our parents. It could be our society or anything that we have read, we came across ever since we were born, or even before we were born, we were conditioned so much. So that is how we react to that particular event, the emotion, and make the emotions came up. So we try to look at the root cause of this emotion. Where does it come about, and how does it come about? And once we really able to identify the root cause of it is basically our wrong perceptions, which I mentioned before. Then the fifth step is we can let it go, because we know that emotions is just an emotion. And human being, we are made up of not just emotion. We are our body. We have our mental perception, our perceptions. We have our emotions. We have our consciousness and all the stuff. So emotions is just tiny part of us. It's no big deal. Okay, so when you know that it's not entirely of you, you don't identify with your emotion, you are not that emotion, then you find that it's so much easier for you to let go. Okay, so when it happens again and again, if you go through this process many times, you find that any time the strong emotion comes, yeah, just another friend. Okay, just another visitor. You don't entertain them too much and so too long anymore, right? So this is what we are going to try to do today. And you may even ask to invite some strong emotions to come out. You may not feel it now, but it's okay if you can't. If you can, then try to feel it into your bones, into your DNA. Try to face up to this emotion and see how much harm can it actually do to you if you don't react. Okay, so that is what we are going to do today. So now you can adjust and sit even in a more comfortable position. Okay. So today we are going to use a lot of belly breathing, meaning you really drop your breath all the way down to your belly, because that's where I find that by doing that you're able to really ground and stabilize yourself. Especially just imagine a picture of a tree. The trunk, the root must be strong when a storm comes. Okay, so that is the benefit of bringing the breath all the way down to the belly. Okay, the solar plexus, call it. So sit in a comfortable positions. With your hand gently rest on your laps, or just slightly below your navel. You may take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, you can sigh out, release with the sound. Gently and quietly bring your presence here to your body. Tell your mind that you can take a break for the next 30 minutes so that you can be fully present here. You may want to close your eyes gently, unless you are more comfortable with the eyes open. Soften the muscle around your face. Invite a half smile to your lips. By doing that, you are able to even deepen your relaxations. And a smile to your eyes. Relax your mouth. 放松你的脸部，放松你的眼睛，放松你的嘴巴。 your shoulder, 你的肩膀。Feel that if there is any tensions in your arms, release it as you breathe out. 觉知你有没有一些压力在你的身体里，在你呼气的时候，观想你释放这些压力。Relax your leg. Relax your feet. The toes. Let's try to take 3 intentional deep breaths. As you inhale, feel the expansion in your lung and the rising of your belly. As you exhale, the contractions of your lung and the falling of your belly. Another inhalation. Another exhalation. 那3个深呼吸。And the third inhalation. Feel that you are breathing in peace and calm. As you breathe out, feel that you are breathing out all the tensions in you and all the stress in you. And slowly, just let the breath breathe by itself. And just gently follow the rhythm of the breath. 慢慢的将你的觉知带到你的呼吸，允许你的呼吸很自然的流动，全身不断的放松。Breathing in, I'm aware of my in-breath. Breathing out, I'm aware of my out-breath. In-breath, out-breath. 吸气时，我觉知我在吸气；呼气时，我觉知我在呼气。吸气，呼气。 Breathing in, I follow my in-breath all the way from beginning to the end. Breathing out, I follow my out-breath from beginning to the end. In-breath from beginning to the end. Out-breath from beginning to the end. 吸气时，我跟随我的吸气从始至终。呼气时，我跟随我的呼气从开始至终。As I continue to breathe in, I notice the rising of my belly. And when I breathe out, I notice the falling on my belly. Rising of belly, falling of my belly. 吸气时，我觉知我肚皮的上升。呼气时，我觉知我肚皮下降。肚皮上升，肚皮下降。Breathing in, I'm aware that my in-breath has gone deeper. Breathing out, I'm aware that my out-breath has gone slower. Deeper and slower. 吸气时，我觉知我的吸气越来越深沉。呼气时，我觉知我的呼气越来越缓慢。深沉，缓慢。 Breathing in, I'm aware of the presence of my body in whatever positions I'm in right now. It could be sitting, or some of you may be lying down. Breathing out, I relax my entire body. 吸气时，我觉知我身体的姿势，可能坐着，可能是躺着。呼气时，我放松我的身体。As I breathe in, I'm aware of whatever sensations in my body right now. If there is any pain, stress, or my body is feeling tired, itchy, and breathing out, I calm and release any tensions or pain in my body. Aware of whatever sensations there is in my body right now, and calming and releasing all the sensations in my body. 吸气时，我感受到我身体现在的感觉，可能是疼痛、很累，或者很困，或者很绷紧。呼气时，我安抚去释放所有的这种感受，觉知身体的感受，安抚去释放身体的感受。As I breathe in, I sense the breath quietly entering and leaving the body, and I feel more and more at ease and peaceful. And I feel joyful that I'm breathing. And as I breathe out, I feel the happiness of sitting here peacefully And I even smile to my happiness, sensing the breath and feeling joyful that I'm breathing, and feeling happy that I'm sitting here breathing. 吸气时，我体会到这个呼吸很清净的进入我的身体，然后再离开身体。我感觉到越来越平静，越来越轻松，充满喜悦。呼气时，坐在这里，我感觉到很快乐。我对我的快乐微笑。Breathing in, I'm aware of a painful feeling or a difficult emotions that's present in me right now. Or perhaps recently, these emotions have been visiting me frequently, such as anger, frustrations, sadness, fear, worry, regrets, blaming, jealousy, or anything that's troubling me. Breathing out, I smile and calm these emotions in me. Aware of a painful emotions that's present now or recently, smiling and calming these emotions. So if at this point, if possible, try to invoke or try to recall a strong emotions that is present recently. If you can't bring up any strong emotions, it doesn't matter. Just aware that you don't have any at this moment, or you can't bring up any. It's all right. 吸气时，我觉知我此刻的痛苦的感觉，或者一些困扰我的情绪，或者可能这个情绪困扰了我一阵子，或者是近期的常出现的一种比较干扰我的情绪，比如说生气、烦躁、伤心，或者恐惧，或者担忧、妒忌等等。我知道这些情绪时常都干扰着我。呼气时，我安抚我这些情绪，也对他们微笑。但是如果是你真的想不起任何的一种情绪，还是没什么特别的情绪，也没关系。Just let it be， 只是允许它。 if you manage to generate these emotions in you right now, don't try to avoid it. Instead, try to feel it directly, and feel it in your body. See if it is okay just to allow this feeling to come into you. And try to feel, how is it like if I just feel it instead of trying to avoid this painful feeling?如果是你现在有这种痛苦的情绪，很大胆的去体会它，去感受它，不要逃避它。尝试，如果是我真的打开心胸去体会它，那是一个怎样的感觉？Breathing in, I know that these emotions like anger, sadness, fear, and etc., they are in me, or they are still in me. And I'm aware how these emotions affect my physical body. And see how is your body reacting to these emotions without trying to change them. Perhaps you feel a contraction in your belly, a tightening of your chest, or a faster heartbeat. Feel how is it like if you allow these emotions to stay in your body. Just aware of it and let it be there. But don't fall into the story. Don't follow the story. Don't try to justify why is it so. Just allow and let it be. 吸气时，我觉知这些痛苦的情绪还在我身体里面。我也知道这些情绪如何影响我身体的感受，然后去允许这个感受的存在。可能你会觉得你的胸口会绷紧，或者是你的肚皮会收缩，你的心跳会加快。只是觉知，允许它在那里，去体会那个感受。 And as you breathe out, know that you embrace these emotions and sensations in mindfulness and in loving kindness. And start to make space here for the emotions. Just imagine a space surrounding the emotions and offering faces of compassion. Just tell them, hi, I know you are here and you're welcome here. There is a safe space for you. May I embrace you with compassion. 在你呼气时，觉知你用正念和慈悲来拥抱这些感受和情绪，然后以慈悲的语言来安慰这些情绪。我知道你在这里，然后我欢迎你。这里有属于你的空间，我会以慈悲之心来欢迎你，拥抱你。With the eyes of mindfulness, I look into the roots of my painful emotions as I breathe in. And I can see clearly that how some of my thinking, my perceptions have been nourishing all these emotions. It could be some of the old habits energy, or some conditions, some conditioning in the past have been nourishing and watering the seeds of emotions in me. And breathing out, I smile to the root of my painful emotions. As I know, by looking at the root and with this understanding, I can set myself free from the strong emotions. 吸气时，我用正念来看清楚我这个痛苦情绪的根源。我看得到，我也了解，可能是我某一种思路，或者一些观念，或者以往的习气，使到我不断的没察觉的在滋养这些情绪。呼气时，我对我这些痛苦情绪的根源微笑，因为我知道，通过这样的了解，我可以从中解脱从痛苦，解脱痛苦。 Breathing in, aware that my emotions is ever changing and impermanent, and I don't need to grab on them. Breathing out, I know I'm more than just an emotions. I'm like a big blue sky, limitless space, and emotions is just like a cloud. It will just come and go. If I don't hold on to them, I can set myself free. 吸气时，我觉知情绪或者感觉会不断的改变，它们是无常的，只要我不要抓紧它不放。呼气时，我觉知我大过，我不只是仅仅是一个情绪而已，好像一个蓝天，一个宽阔的空间，情绪或者感觉就好像是一朵云彩，漂浮不定，只要我不抓紧它不放，我可以得到解脱。Breathing in, I bring my breath back to my belly. And I know that I no longer have to be afraid of strong emotions or painful feelings. Breathing out, I smile and I feel peaceful as I know that I can let the emotions go anytime if I'm aware. 吸气时，我将觉知带回我的肚皮，呼吸。我知道，我不需要再害怕我的这种难受的感觉。呼气时，我对我这些困扰我的情绪微笑，知道它没有这个力量再控制我了。 With your eyes still closed, gently bring your awareness back to your body. Feel the sensations of the body at this moment, the state of your mind. Just take another 1 or 2 breaths to ground yourself. As you exhale, you may want to sigh out by releasing the sound. Another breath. Out. Gently unfold your arms, your hands, your leg. You may open your eyes gently, adjust to the visual field around you. But if you wish to continue to sit or lie down longer, please do so. So, friends, with this practice, we know that in the future, whatever strong emotions that arise in us, we can actually overcome all this emotional storm by just coming back to our belly, aware of the breath in the belly. We are like a tree trunk, strong, stable, solid. Okay, but of course, this is an ongoing practice. Don't wait until strong emotion comes and only remember, where do I breathe? Where shall I breathe? So start practicing it now. And begin when everything is still good and when you're still calm. So, because if you know how to do this, how to calm yourself in the midst of a storm, not only that we can save ourselves, okay, but we can actually save a lot of lives as well. Because I read that there are a lot of young people, they commit suicide, or some people even commit suicide, or they act out negative behaviors because of unconscious. They lose themselves in the emotional storm. Okay, so they act unconsciously, so to speak. And like what I said earlier on, everything has a consequences. Whether we do it mindfully or mindlessly, it's still the same. So by doing that, we can stay mindful in all situations and act consciously in mindfulness and prevent ourselves from getting into trouble. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the sessions and you find it useful. And thank you once again. Namaste.